Meanwhile, hello.
Hi.
We're at Fork Ale House here in the kitchen. All right, I know things have been different. We've been talking to you during commercial breaks and before the show. How have you guys had to change things? I know you brought some food. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, but life is a little bit different for you.
It is. It absolutely is. You know, we've had to change a lot of things. You know, everything from the way that we've distanced the restaurant. We've removed 40 of our chairs, which obviously is loss of revenue for us.
Right.
We've had to sanitize a lot of things. We've had to keep our staff healthy. It's been a challenge to keep the staff in, keep them healthy. When they come into contact with somebody with COVID, you obviously have to remove them from the schedule.
Yeah.
You have to put on, instead of your owner cap, you have to put on a consumer cap. And when somebody walks in the door, how do they perceive your restaurant? And you want them to think they're safe. You want them to think that you're handling everything in the protocols in the right ways.
Right.
And I think that's been the most important mind shift that we've had to do since all of this has happened. And I think for us that really that's what's kind of gotten us to where we're at right now.
Yeah.
But we're faring well. We're open.
You're open.
We're open for business,
it.
and that's the most important thing
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
the most important. Okay, well, let's get to some food, shall
absolutely.
we? And have some fun in the kitchen this morning. We have a Brussels sprout salad.
We do. It's our #1 selling salad right now.
Oh, wow.
And I think that people see the benefit in the Brussels sprout salad of the health.
Yeah.
So it's made with kale, it's made with quinoa, it's made with our house smoked pineapple. Which is interesting. We'll kind of talk about that here in a few minutes. And obviously, it's made with our Brussels sprouts. So if you want to, I'll kind of go ahead and start. So some of the things we can't actually make here in the kitchen, just because we don't have the equipment in the studios here. But I will kind of teach the techniques that we do for our Brussels sprouts and how we roast them.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun. We roast our Brussels sprouts and then we actually flash fry them in our kitchen, which kind of gives them that crispiness, and of course, who doesn't like anything that's a little bit fried?
I think so too, and I always say Brussels sprouts have come a long way.
Sure.
Right? They're not like they used to be, just boiled in that pot of water on the stove.
That's right. So what we do is we have our Brussels sprouts here, and we buy them in whole. And we slice them in half. So if you do that, it helps them tenderize a little bit better.
Yeah.
If you roast them just whole, it's going to take much longer for them to cook. And then we simply just take olive oil. We use an extra virgin olive oil, and we literally just really drizzle them with some olive oil. So we're going to go ahead and do that here on the pan for you.
I just like how it doesn't really take a whole lot either.
This is
and
so
the flavor is
yes.
so good.
And we have a house blend of seasonings. You can season your Brussels sprouts however you'd like to season them at home. I think during COVID, people got very, very creative with seasonings, with cocktails, with food at home, as we all know.
For sure.
So we have really just our house blend seasoning here. A little bit of garlic salt in here, pepper, some seasoned salt. So we have our own ingredients here that we use for this. And you're just going to season. Now, just remember, don't over season this. People, I think, tend to kind of overdo it. A little bit is more,
way.
Right. So you're just going to go ahead and do that. And make sure you have your oven set at 425, and you're going to roast these for 25 minutes. So you want them to be cooked and tender, but you don't want them to be mushy.
Okay.
And I think people overcook the Brussels sprouts as well. So again, we flash fry these when we're done, so we don't want them to be overcooked.
Okay, so what happens afterward? I mean, you've got the greens, you just put everything together here. What else goes in it?
Yeah, so we'll go ahead. I'm going to pop these out.
Yeah, for the sake of TV.
Right, so this is what they look like when they come out of here. So we'll go ahead and get to the part where we assemble the salad. So the base of the salad is actually chopped kale. We use chopped kale. You can use, if you want to use shaved kale, it's really popular right now. So the base of the salad is a nice hearty bed of the chopped kale. The next thing that we use is our quinoa. So we make the quinoa in-house, and we season the quinoa. I think you don't have to season the quinoa.
Yeah.
We like to season the quinoa with lemon juice, and then our house thyme, oregano, and basil.
I know this is such a fast forward version. I know we got to wrap this up, but
yes.
Okay. So the quinoa on top.
Yep, the quinoa.
And then you've got some cheese.
Then we have some feta cheese.
Okay, and what's the other thing in that little cup?
And then this is our house smoked pineapple. So we smoke it in house. So it's going to be sweet and savory.
Brussels sprouts on the top.
It's really delicious.
And it looks like you have a nice dressing there.
And then we have a balsamic vinaigrette.
Okay, I know we got to wrap this up, but man, this looks so good, so fresh, so vibrant. I'm going to let you chat about this delicious burger too, maybe coming up with Tracy in the next segment. But thank you so much. Of course, we'll put all the info about them on our website, indystyle.tv.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That looks delicious, so pretty. It's like art.